We don't read and write poetry because it's cute. We read and write poetry because we are members of the human race, and the human race is filled with passion. And medicine, law, business, engineering, these are noble pursuits and necessary to sustain life. But poetry, beauty, romance, love, these are what we stay alive for.
Why do we love these things so much? Is it because they feel good? Because they make us happy? Because they distract us from the noise? Or is it because we know they won't last? Because one day, all of this will be gone. The laughter, the warmth, the faces we memorized without realizing we were doing it. Someday, we will meet death, and all of this will disappear. But what if it doesn't?
Until the break of dawn, then we'll just keep partying all day long. Hot girls, music, dancing, and bikinis and headphones. Party, 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 party. So tonight we're gonna party till the party don't stop.
What if this never ends? Imagine the heaven your religion promised you. Everyone is dressed in white. Everyone is smiling. There is music. There is peace. There is no pain, no fear, no death. And then, that's it. Most of our lives, we are told to prepare for this, to endure suffering now so we can arrive here later. But what is this? Is this fulfillment? Or is this simply the absence of struggle? We are told heaven is completion, the end of pain, the end of uncertainty, a place where nothing is wrong. But completion is a strange promise. To be complete means there is nothing left to become. No risk, no tension, no unanswered questions. In eternity, there is no urgency because urgency requires loss. There are no stakes because nothing can be taken away. There is no grief because nothing is truly gone. What remains is not fulfillment, but stasis, a perfect moment, frozen forever. And at first, that sounds comforting, until we realize that meaning does not emerge from permanence. It emerges from fragility. A moment matters because it can slip through our fingers. A choice matters because it cannot be undone. In a place where nothing can be lost, value dissolves quietly, not violently, not suddenly. When everything is eternal, nothing is urgent. And when nothing is urgent, nothing truly matters.
All those moments will be lost in time, like tears in rain. Time to die.
If heaven is the destination, then life becomes the commute. We are taught, often gently, that this life is not the real one, that it is a test, a rehearsal, a preparation. Endure now, obey now. That's what they say. Meaning will come later. But when meaning is always deferred, responsibility weakens? Why confront injustice if justice is guaranteed elsewhere? Why love fiercely if reunion is promised regardless? Why act now if eternity is waiting? Life becomes something we pass through, not something we inhabit. Moments lose their sharpness. Choices lose their weight. The present becomes negotiable. Not because people stop caring, but because caring feels inefficient when forever is assured. Death is not terrifying because it is violent. It is terrifying because it is inevitable. No matter what we build, no matter what we believe, no matter how fiercely we resist, we will die. Absolutely, irrevocably. Everything we are, our memories, our desires, our unfinished thoughts will vanish. There is nothing we can do to negotiate with that fact. Death does not care how hard we try. It does not care how much we love. It is indifferent. And in that indifference, we glimpse something unbearable. That all our striving, all our noise, all our fury may end in silence.
Tomorrow. And tomorrow. And tomorrow creeps in this petty pace from day to day to the last syllable of recorded time. And all our yesterdays of lighted fools away to dusty death. Out. Brief candle. Life's but a walking shadow. A poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage. And then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing.
This is the fear we run from. This is the fear the afterlife is designed to soothe. We are taught to see death as theft, as cruelty. But death is not what robs life of meaning. It is what gives meaning its shape. A moment matters because it will not return. A person matters because they cannot be replaced. A decision matters because it closes doors forever. Irreversibility is not a flaw. It is the mechanism. Without endings, love becomes casual. Without finality, sacrifice becomes symbolic. Without loss, gratitude becomes abstract. Death does not cheapen life, it sharpens it. The afterlife persists not because it's logical, but because it is comforting. It promises that nothing is truly wasted, that no love is permanently lost, that no suffering is final. It does not promise meaning, it promises relief. Relief from fear, from responsibility, relief from finality. It asks us not to make this life meaningful, but to endure it. And endurance is easier than creation. Waiting is easier than choosing. That is not weakness. It is human, but it comes at a cost. When meaning is guaranteed later, it is abandoned now. The afterlife does not steal meaning loudly, it does it gently. Life becomes a placeholder. Moments become provisional. Joy becomes something we borrow instead of inhabit. Death is not the enemy of meaning. It is its boundary. And boundaries are what make things precious. Without death, love is endless, but shallow. Without death, time is infinite, but weightless. Without death, life continues, but never deepens. Perhaps the most terrifying truth is not that we will die, but that this moment is all there is. And perhaps the most honest response to that truth is not denial, but attention.